One of our favorite things about trashy movies are the movie posters. Granted, we don't see it as much as in the old days when we walk through Blockbuster and see them on the shelves. So today, in the spirit of that, we're going to be creating our own trashy movie posters and movie covers with AI. And then from that, we're going to compare it to the old ones. So stick around and see how close we get.
So I have 5 movies that I don't think any of you have seen. Maybe you have, but I thought it would be fun if I read you the log line of the movies, and then based on our knowledge of like trashy movies, we try to recreate the movie poster. So we can describe what we think the movie poster should look like, and I want to feed it to AI and then have AI recreate it, and then we'll compare it to the actual movie poster and see how close we actually got.
That's awesome.
Because I feel like that there are specific tropes to movie posters as well, and that's how you just know before even watching a movie if it's gonna be trash. So let's see if we can get it. The first movie I have is Our Lips Are Sealed. It is from 2000. Join Mary-Kate and Ashley on a thrilling Aussie adventure filled with action, laughs, and spies, and surfers as they go undercover with the FBI Witness Protection Program and hilariously blow their cover all the way to Australia. It's a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie.
Why are they in a witness protection program? They're like children. Like, I don't know. That's not good.
So my first thought is the two of them running towards, like, out of the poster kind of a thing, with whoever is chasing them behind them, set in the backdrop of Australia, and like some surfing or something going on in the background.
Okay. Yeah, Frank's is great. And I want to add on to that. So first we need a koala, like just because it's Australia. So the koala needs to be like hanging over one of their shoulders as they're looking at the camera. The other thing I want to add is that they're literally on a surfboard surfing toward us. And then like the people chasing them are behind them. And they have to have like silly, like mustaches and glasses kind of like falling off their face because they're blowing their cover somehow. So they have to be wearing costumes or some ridiculous, silly like get-ups to try to look like someone else.
Okay. Who do you think is chasing them though? You both said somebody chasing them.
Somebody who looks generically like a robber, like wearing all black and like a bandana around his head like Zorro with like eye holes, kind of like the Carmen Sandiego bad guys. And they have to have like a surfer dude who's trying to help them along.
I was gonna say, they mentioned surfers, so their love interest has got to be a surfer, so there has to be like a surfer dude. I don't know what the covers look like, so even if the cover doesn't look like this is gonna be good. Okay, next up, National Treasure from 2004.
Oh, Nicolas Cage. Yes.
It's kind of like a cult classic almost at this point because it's so ridiculous. So
I have not seen it because it was so ridiculous. I think it was on at a friend's house, but I never watched it.
Either way, you've heard of it. Nicolas Cage, a descendant of treasure hunters, races to protect the Declaration of Independence from a rogue accomplice while unraveling cryptic clues with his team to uncover a hidden national treasure. I think his name is like Benjamin Franklin or something is the actual character.
I feel like I've seen the poster, but I can't remember it. I know Nicolas Cage features prominently in it, but I don't remember it. So this is the one where they're trying to steal the Declaration of Independence, right? Okay, so that has to be in there somewhere. Like, he's got to be carrying the Declaration of Independence or something, like the Statue of Liberty with the tablet, kind of a situation.
I'm imagining like Indiana Jones style poster where he's like in the middle, not quite coming at the camera, but either like mid-action, like he's like coming around a corner of something, or he's like kind of looking or seeking like a treasure hunter would, you know, like with like a light in the dark.
I feel like that there should be like an Illuminati symbol.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Yes, like the top of the pyramid with the eye on it from the dollar bill. And in the background of the poster, we need to have it so that you can see "We the People," and it's like handwritten, but it's kind of like faded. So it's like kind of the background of the poster. The accomplice needs to be there, but looking kind of dark and sinister because like they're like rogue and maybe not to be trusted or something. And he needs to be dressed like kind of like Indiana Jones with like a splash of late 1700s. Because he's a descendant, like, you know, of the U.S., like with the some like ruffled something that's like, yeah.
I think you got it. That was it.
This one I feel like is got to be really close. Like, what else would they do if not this? Our next movie from 2004 is Dodgeball.
Yes, I love Dodgeball.
You do? What?
It's ridiculous, but yes, I've seen it.
It is. Frank knows all about this movie, so this is for you, Lisa. When Average Joe's Gym, that's the name of the gym, faces takeover by Globo Gym, Vince Vaughn and his misfit team enter a high-stakes dodgeball tournament to save their gym against ruthless Ben Stiller.
Oh, okay, this is fun. This is like another one of the, what is it, Blue Steel movies, Zoolander. This is like a Zoolander movie. It was around that same time, right?
If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. You haven't seen it, never mind, I'll stop quoting it.
Okay, so we gotta have Ben Stiller just like looking absolutely ridiculous. They all have to be wearing like headbands and like wristbands, like the 80s style sweatbands, and having like weird big hair. But then in the center of the poster, you know what we need to do is have like the Vince Vaughn character and the Ben Stiller character like with their backs together, like crossing their arms, and like one of them has to be holding the dodgeball or something like that.
Oh, back to back.
Yeah.
For some reason, these movies are like a little homophobic. And so because it's called Dodgeballs, I feel like there's gotta be like really short shorts. Like they think it's funny to show men's thighs, or like a shot between like a man's legs, like holding a ball. Or I just feel like they do really immature stuff like that. I feel like that could also be a contender.
Definitely short shorts. And tank tops. I'm imagining like if they're back to back, there would be like a circle behind them or something of like a pop of color.
Okay, our next one. This was a recommendation from Frank recently. Morbius from 2022. So I think you did see this, Frank, but I don't know if you've seen the cover.
I have seen it, yes. And I think I do remember the cover for it, so I'll let Lisa go ahead with that.
Desperate to cure his rare blood disorder, Dr. Morbius's experimental gamble turns into something far more dangerous than the disease he sought to defeat.
I feel like you need to know at least something about who the character is, because the description doesn't really tell you anything about. He basically turns into like a vampire bat.
Yeah, I think that's the only important thing is he turns into some creature, I think.
Okay, so what I would imagine, first of all, is like evil, crazy genius scientist with his white lab coat, really nicely slicked back hair. He's like holding up like the vial or something that he's like about to like inject. And it, you know, it needs to be kind of like a darker looking poster, because then he's like, there's something like evil in there. But then we need like an element of like, I don't know, I'm imagining like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing. I don't know if that's what this is about at all.
They love doing this. Like, he should be holding the vial, like you said, but like in the reflection of the glass, you should see the creature.
Oh, that's really good. And if he's holding up the vial, we need to have his arm like exposed with his veins kind of like popping out, because he's like injected himself with something and some change is underway.
The next movie is Home Sweet Home, Home Alone from 2021. It is a reboot of Home Alone. Home Alone for the holidays, Max Mercer defends his house from intruders seeking a priceless heirloom, learning amidst the chaos that there's no place like home. And then also, just because I thought this was funny, this is a quote from the original director. The original director said, "Nobody got in touch with me about it, and it's a waste of time as far as I'm concerned. What's the point? I'm a firm believer that you don't remake films that have the longevity of films like Home Alone."
That's pretty funny, because that seems to be all the things that they're remaking nowadays. So it's the front of a house decorated with Christmas lights. That's the setting. And then, I don't know, one of the bandits hanging upside down, like wrapped up in Christmas lights or something. Why is there even a remake of this movie?
Oh, I know. Maybe the robbers could be like hanging upside down, wrapped in like Christmas lights, like you said, Frank, and Max is like holding on to it, and he's like holding a priceless heirloom, and he's like, and the guys are like looking at him like, whoa, we want that, like hanging like upside down.
All right. So that is the 5, and I will run these through AI. It'll take a little bit of time to make sure it understands, and when the posters are done, we will come back and film the second half.
2 days later.
Okay, we're back for day 2. We have taken all of the prompts that we came up with for what we think these posters should look like, and we've run them through AI, and we're going to compare them to the actual posters.
All right, let's see these AI images. I'm so excited.
The first one, just to remind you, is Our Lips Are Sealed, and it is Mary-Kate and Ashley doing a thrilling Aussie adventure at being spies. Mary-Kate and Ashley are running towards us on a surfboard. One of them has a koala over their shoulders. They are wearing silly spy uniforms with mustaches, and a generic robber is chasing them. A sexy surfer dude is helping them. He is a teen surfer boy. All right, let me share with you. This is one.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Wow. They're like holding the surfboard.
They really are
That's
twins.
really good.
AI doesn't let me actually use, a lot of the AIs no longer allows you to do celebrities, so it's not gonna look like Mary-Kate and Ashley, but this was the closest we could get.
I love how the koala's like screaming.
I love that we said with the backdrop of Australia, and they literally just put a small graphic of the continent of Australia in the background.
And it says Australia.
I love, the small, it's Australia. It's pretty good. I mean, they didn't get the robber, they're both kind of just like dudes running at them.
I do feel like I would have liked to have seen like a finger over the lips thing to represent the actual title, but that's fine. Let's see the real one.
Okay, well, you want to see the real one? There you go.
Oh, the Sydney, Australia show, like the opera show, whatever.
I mean, we were close.
Yeah, still, ours was much cooler.
Yeah.
This is so lame. You would never know that this is about spies or witness protection program.
We should have had the iconic backdrop. That's really the only... There's no kangaroos. We weren't that close.
And it says filmed in Sydney, Australia. That's the draw for the film. I love it, right?
Okay, next film is National Treasure. We said we want an Indiana Jones style poster with Nicolas Cage coming around a corner like he's looking for treasure with a flashlight. There'll be elements on either side of him, like the Illuminati symbol with the pyramid in the eye. We wanted a graphic overlay of the the Declaration of Independence in the background. And we wanted a dark, sinister bad guy kind of skulking underneath him. Put him in an Indiana Jones style outfit with 1700s ruffles.
Ready for this disaster.
What we got.
Very excited.
Actually, that's pretty good. That is
I love it.
Very a little before the time, but it feels like I could see this being an actual movie poster in like the 50s or 60s. The dual flashlight. I love the two flashlights.
It's great.
I like how the bad guy is a skeleton.
It's really good. And I love that he has like a cummerbund that looks sort of old-timey, like almost like a swashbuckling pirate.
Right? Well, honestly, I'll show you the real one. I think we did really good.
Oh my god, it's so similar! We had the same idea! It's like with the text in the background? The eye.
Pretty on point, yeah.
Yeah, we did a really good job of guessing what this is. Yeah, good job, everybody. Woohoo!
The next one up is Dodgeball. We said that we wanted Ben Stiller looking ridiculous with wristbands and headbands and big hair and short shorts. We want him standing back to back with the other, Vince Vaughn, and one man is holding a dodgeball. We want a graphic element of a circle in bright colors around them.
That's really good. This feels like a Looney Tunes thing with that circle there. Like this is like Space Jam or something, but dodgeball version.
Like, first of all, the guy in the blue shirt, he has like an elbow pad on his arm, or it's like what is that? It's like, I don't get it. And then they have like this, like the kind of skinny, hairy legs. It's so good.
I feel like this could be like the way their hair is styled, like totally directly from the movie. All right, that's the actual poster.
Grab life by the ball. Well, there you go, Sarah, because you were the one who said there's got to be a play on ball something.
They've got to. They just love being like weirdly, slightly homophobic, like making gay jokes. They love that so much.
Yeah. Okay, but we got the back-to-back, really similar.
Wow.
I like ours better, hands down.
Okay, next one is Morbius. We said we wanted a genius scientist with slicked back hair holding a vial of science juice. His arm is becoming a demon / vampire, and you can see the reflection of his demon face in the vial. The poster has dark, evil vibes.
Oh my god, that's so good!
That is really good, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, I love it. They really captured the idea. It's changing his hand. Oh,
It works. Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Check out that science.
I mean, it was not really like a reflection in the vial, but it's pretty close. It actually kept labeling it science juice, so I had to remove that and just said a vial. All right, here's the real one.
Oh my god, it's so similar. Like, we got
Yeah,
it.
right? I know. When I saw that, I was like, oh shit. I was like, maybe AI actually knew what the poster looked like, because I'm like, it's so similar.
Yeah. Look at that. It's like the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde sort of split screen, and I like ours better. I do though, because it's because we know where it comes from, and that makes it more interesting.
Okay, the last one is Home Sweet Home Alone. We said we wanted a house decorated with Christmas lights. Oh, Max stands in front wearing all the gear he uses to fight off the robbers. 2 robbers are tied up in Christmas lights and they are hanging from a tree. Max is holding a priceless heirloom and is laughing as he holds the other end of the Christmas lights. So AI had a really hard time with this one, so I had to make it. It was so confused about Christmas lights. It just kept wrapping everybody in Christmas lights, so it's slightly different, but it's not bad.
Whoa! They actually like took like the Home Alone kid, like Macaulay Culkin face for this.
Yeah, I couldn't get it to stop doing Macaulay Culkin.
I like that he's armed.
I know. Another thing they kept doing too, I wanted to show you a few of these, is that like they kept giving him like an AK-47. Like when we said like gear, it kept thinking like SWAT gear, and it gave him like a Jason mask and like all these guns, and I like couldn't get it to stop. So this was like the most tame one.
He's holding like a pistol. It's ridiculous. It does look like there's a light coming out of the pistol though, which
It
is kind of
does,
funny.
yeah. And here's the real
Oh
one.
my gosh, that's what I was imagining when we said gear. So
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too, but it just didn't understand.
children gear versus SWAT gear.
Why is it so
So fun.
minimalist? There's like no background.
I
I'm
know.
surprised that it's just pure white background. That seems
Yeah. The
boring.
Dodgeball one was like that too. I don't really know
Yeah.
when they choose to just use a white background or not, but still, it's the same idea. I mean, this one was pretty different than what we envisioned, but, you know, same idea.
No parents, no problem.
So, that's it.
That was fun. All right, so as it turns out, these films are as predictable as we expected, but way more fun when we include some ridiculous AI.